All right, so get this, listeners.
Okay.
You sent in some excerpts from Pasted to Text.
Right.
Specifically, a section called Genesis of Success, Entrepreneurial and Life Lessons from Genesis.
Yeah.
It's taking these stories from the book of Genesis, right?
Yeah.
And it's trying to, glean business advice from them.
I love it.
Pretty unconventional, huh?
It is, yeah. But I think, these stories are so foundational. They've been around for so long
Oh, yeah.
that there's probably a reason why they've resonated with people for so long.
Absolutely.
And maybe there are some nuggets of wisdom in there for entrepreneurs.
Yeah, I mean, could there be some wisdom hidden in these ancient tales that can apply to today's, entrepreneurs?
Exactly, yeah.
So that's what we're here to kind of unpack.
Yeah, let's find out.
So there are 9 key entrepreneurial lessons that it breaks down, each one tied to a different story from Genesis, right? We've got everything from creation, which is about vision, to Adam and Eve and the concept of responsibility.
Yeah.
Then you've got Cain and Abel and business ethics.
Uh-huh.
It goes on, right? Noah's Ark becomes this, masterclass in resilience. The Tower of Babel, a cautionary tale about communication breakdowns, right?
It's really interesting the parallels that they draw, I think.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, okay, so the story of Noah, right? They use that to talk about facing these overwhelming challenges and then rebuilding stronger on the other side of it.
Right.
How do they make that connection?
Well, I mean, if you think about Noah, he was facing the complete annihilation of everything, right? I mean, it was a world being reshaped. But he doesn't just survive.
Right.
He rebuilds. And I think they use this story to really highlight that meticulous planning, that unwavering belief in his vision, even though everyone else thought he was crazy.
Right.
And then just the sheer grit it takes to start from scratch.
Yeah.
And rebuild after, a setback as large as that.
I mean, just imagine applying that to your own projects or your own business ventures, right?
Exactly.
What if every obstacle was just this chance to kind of hit the reset button and rebuild even better than you were before?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a really powerful way to kind of reframe how you look at challenges, right? And then there's Abraham, right?
Right.
Leaving everything behind based on faith in this promise. I mean, that's the ultimate entrepreneurial leap of faith, right?
Absolutely.
You're betting it all on this vision that no one else can even see yet.
It really is. But I think, they're smart to emphasize that it's not just blind faith either.
Okay.
Abraham, throughout his story, he's negotiating, he's forming alliances,
Right.
he's adapting to these really unpredictable circumstances, right?
Yeah.
All while kind of keeping that core vision in mind, right? And so there's a lesson there, I think, for entrepreneurs about how do you balance that conviction with flexibility?
Right.
Especially in a world that's changing so fast.
Yeah, that balance is really key, right? And speaking of adaptability, the source points to Jacob
Yes.
as someone who really embodies perseverance and just being able to pivot when you need to, right?
Yeah, I mean, Jacob's constantly facing, setbacks,
Oh,
family drama. I mean, he even wrestles with an angel at one point, right?
Right.
But through all of that, he adapts,
Yeah.
He learns and he eventually thrives. And I think it's a great reminder that, the path to success,
Yeah.
it's rarely this straight line.
Yeah.
There are going to be twists and turns. What matters is how you respond to them. And I think, it makes me think, well, what skills do I need to develop in order to be able to navigate that uncertainty and come out, stronger on the other side?
Yeah. Yeah. Resilience and adaptability seem like they're recurring themes here,
They do. Yeah.
especially when we get to Joseph.
Right.
Oh, man. Talk about a roller coaster ride, right?
I know.
Betrayed by his own brothers, sold into slavery, yet he rises to become this incredibly powerful leader.
I mean, it's the classic underdog story, right?
Yeah.
And they use his journey to remind us that even the most painful experiences, right,
Yeah.
can actually be transformed into opportunities for growth.
Yep.
He didn't let his circumstances define him. He, instead he leveraged his skills. He learned from every situation.
Right.
And he ultimately turned his trials into triumphs. And so it begs the question, how are you viewing your setbacks?
Right.
Are they roadblocks or are they stepping stones to something greater?
That's such a powerful question to consider, right? I mean, it's easy to get caught up in like the negative,
It is, yeah.
but it's really about, yeah, how you choose to interpret it, I think. And it seems like there's this other key takeaway here too.
What's that?
And it's one that's often overlooked in the entrepreneurial world, I think, which is collaboration.
Oh, yeah.
The source uses the story of Isaac and Rebecca to highlight, the importance of those like strategic partnerships.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, their story, I think, really clearly demonstrates how the right collaboration, can amplify your potential for success, right?
Yeah.
And it challenges that lone wolf mentality that's, often associated with entrepreneurship.
That's for sure.
Right. And encourages us to actually seek out those partnerships that, complement our strengths and maybe fill in our gaps a little bit.
Yeah, that's huge. So it's like, who are the Rebeccas in your life?
Right.
Like, who are those people who are helping you to kind of see the bigger picture
Yeah.
and to achieve more than you ever could on your own, right? So we've got vision, resilience, adaptability, strategic thinking, the power of collaboration. It's amazing how these ancient stories, right, can offer like such relevant insights for modern entrepreneurs.
What's really remarkable, I think, is despite, how old these narratives are, they still resonate with like fundamental human experiences, right?
Yeah.
Ambition, betrayal, resilience, the desire for success. These are timeless.
Totally.
Yeah. And I think this source just gives us a new lens through which to view those experiences and to extract like these valuable lessons.
Yeah. I mean, this deep dive, it really makes you wonder what other seemingly, unrelated sources might have these hidden gems of wisdom just waiting to be discovered.
That's a good point.
It's definitely something to think about, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So thanks for sending this in.
Thanks for having me.
To the listeners, thanks for listening.
Yeah, appreciate it.
And we'll see you next time.
See ya.